Saturday, January 19th, and we are getting ready to start our 26th Ask Tamily interview. Our guest today is going to be Katie. Her Instagram name is KT_Insta_Tam, and we are going live with her. And just waiting for her to join. This is always the most tense moment, but we tested the connection today. Hi, Katie.
Okay.
How are you?
Good. Am I upside down or are you upside down?
Upside down.
Should I flip?
Yes. I want to flip that, or I would flip it.
Flipping here. Here we go. Oh,
Awesome.
sorry. Just a second.
Wonderful to have the video and the audio working right away.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. We have a bunch of questions planned for you, Katie, but we want to make sure everyone that's watching knows you can type in questions and we'll ask Katie whatever you would like to ask. We'll scroll through and make sure we get to all of those questions by the end if we miss anybody. But we'll go ahead and start with what we have planned. And I have Katie's questions on my phone, so I'm not texting someone during the interview. I want you guys to know that. And what we're going to do is start with our favorite question, which is, when and how did you start doing the Tracy Anderson method?
Well, I am going to answer that question, but first I'd like to say we have to start off these interviews by saying thank you to you and Nicole. I mean, you guys are you're like the Katie Couric of the Tamily. You're like Katie Couric and Ann Curry. No. It's like you're like the Channel 9. Do you remember Channel 9 in high school? You used to come on with the host, Lisa Ling. You're like the Channel 9 for the Tamily. You guys are just so great. You're so great. So, when you get through interviewing everybody in the Tamily, you should really think about what's next. You should do sideline reporting. You should travel. I mean, your job won't mind, right? You should travel.
Right.
We're sitting there scrolling through our feeds, right? And all of a sudden you're like, this is Tampa Suzanne, and I'm in Malaysia. Miriam, tell us what you think about the workout.
Yeah,
how was the workout today?
Walk in while people are working out.
Yeah, we're like, whoa, that's so cool. You should be you should be like a little sideline mat reporter.
Oh my
That
god,
would be really great.
I'm not sure if that's going to happen, Katie, but that's a great idea.
Okay, well, just put it on the back burner. Okay, so I'll answer your question now. I'm ready. I got all my nervousness out.
That's good. There's really no reason to be nervous. We're just talking about Tracy, which we do every day as much as possible.
Yes, it's very true. So I actually started in 2010, and I literally put into Google exercises that won't bulk, and it came up. And yes, I know that's kind of controversy, this idea of, it's controversial. It's this idea of, will exercises make you bulk? And I found, for me personally, I played soccer for 13 years, and that requires a lot of, quad and hamstring usage. And crash.
Always an adventure.
I know.
At least we're still connected.
Let me zoom out of there. So I found that when you play soccer, I had one leg that was bigger because it was my kicking leg, and then I had that muscle memory of the huge quads. And so anything I ever did, any kind of exercise I did, if it was just a lot of squats, my quads were always like, oh, hello, let's get big. So when I found Tracy, it was really interesting, really fascinating, because you always hear about you can't spot correct, and I understand the science behind that too, but she really has helped me become more proportional. Anyway, so I started in 2010. It was before Metamorphosis started out, and I consumed all of the DVDs, the matte DVDs, the Perfect Design series. I believe there was even the book came out.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think the book had a CD too.
Yes, it did.
And I mean, I did everything. I did the early dances. I think there was also dances involved with the Perfect Design.
Okay.
And the mat, and the dances were really, really basic. But I mean, it has a lot of the sort of the foundation of what you see now. I mean, it's like when you're doing the dances, sometimes you see her do the very classic hop, hop, double, hop, 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 double, like with your leg, and it's just that's where I really picked up sort of the foundation for the method, I guess. And so then Metamorphosis came out, and I started that. I was considered hip-centric, and I did that until I got pregnant with my first son, and the pregnancy project was not out yet. I mean, it was like he was like filming it while I was pregnant. I was like, oh man. I think it came out like right after I had my son. And then, of course, I did the post-pregnancy workouts, and let me tell you, I mean, if you want just a good ab workout, just get those. Man, she meant business in those. And then I had started up, after I had my son and my first son, I started to get back into shape with the DVDs again, started to start over. And then streaming came out, and I was like, forget this, DVDs.
Right.
DVDs are so 2013. I'm getting on this streaming thing. So I've been streaming, and then I had another baby, so I've been streaming, but also had babies in this time.
So did you do streaming from right when it first came out?
I started 2 weeks after it started.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
I started, but the reason why I started 2 weeks, because I was like, well, I should be good, and I should probably finish my DVDs. I paid for them. I should probably do them.
Right.
Forget it. It looked like way too much fun.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of questions in the chat that we can ask before we go back to our list. Peachy Bottom would like to know, how has your body transformed from the method?
Well, I would say I'm definitely more proportional with, like I was saying, I definitely had soccer legs, which was the bigger quads, and I really did have, I mean, it's still even a little bit bigger. My right leg is still bigger than my left leg, and when I say bigger, I mean it was like 1.5 inches bigger.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that has started to come a little bit more proportion, and it's funny, like when you try on pants, it's weird because you're like, ugh,
yeah,
just can't get it on this right leg. This left leg, you're like, whoop.
Yeah.
So it just I can get my pants on a little bit more easily.
Good.
And you just everything is just sort of like contracted. And after having babies, you think like, oh, I'm never gonna get my body back. And yeah, that's she's there along the way with you, and
it's amazing.
Help.
Rachel would like to know, were you a dancer before Tam? You are such a dancing queen.
Thank you. I actually really kind of consider myself a cardio queen. I mean, it's so nice when people say dancing queen, and I feel like, oh, that's so nice. But no, I'm a cardio queen. Like, I mean, I was never a dancer. I don't have, and I mean, everybody's so lovely on the Tamily, and they're gonna, probably will be quick to respond and say, oh no, Katie, you're a dancer, and I appreciate it, and I really do. However, I'm not a dancer. I don't have that panache. Like, when somebody grew up dancing, I mean, I'm like, oh, look at them. They're so good. Like, look at their hands. It's so like, I mean, you can just tell because, they got like the art choreography down. And I always like to describe that I just look like a soccer player jumping around.
No one thinks that but you.
I mean, I got the jumps, I can do the footwork, but it's that damn arm choreography, like, how do you hold your hands and, like, that beautiful, like, I don't know.
Like a ballerina.
Yeah, no, I was never a dancer. I wish I took, like, 2 weeks of tap dance, but I was so painfully shy as a child. And, I have 3 sisters, and what's up with that? They didn't want to take tap dance with me, so I was just there by myself. And I was like,
yeah.
I tapped out. So.
Well, we have another question from Schultze Tam, and she would like to know, you're so consistent. Do you work out at the same time every day?
I do right now. It's just where things fall in the day. I'm home, work from home, have kids at home, so I try to work out during nap time. As people may have seen in my videos, I have a little visitor lately, which means RIP nap time. Oh, a moment of silence for the nap time.
Yeah.
That's no longer, or starting to become very, very short and unreliable. But, so I've been trying to think about ways of reconfiguring my schedule, and I would actually, I'm a morning person, and I would like to get up in the morning, except for my husband leaves really early for work, so, and where I work out is down in the garage downstairs, and we have stairs, and my answer is yes, I work out at the same time every day. I'm currently trying to figure out how to readjust.
Arlene would like to know which hashtag that you've created is your favorite. I love them. Thank you for always bringing your humor to the Tamily.
Oh. Don't encourage me. I'm just, I'm very encourageable. Like, I'll just keep doing it.
We love you too.
Well, I think, I really like the dance like the Tamily is watching, because, a lot of times it's the dance like nobody's watching, and, I was posting my videos on the Instagram, so I knew you guys were going to be watching.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's because I know there's no judgment with the Tamily, so it's basically like dancing, like there's nobody's watching because there's no judgment. So to me, it's like similar, and yeah, I think that's one of my faves.
I think that's my favorite one too. Yeah. Let's see if there's any other questions. There's so many comments, and everyone is giving you hearts and smiles.
I know.
Okay. Happiness Through Tam would like to know, what is your favorite dance combo?
Oh my gosh, that's like asking me to pick my favorite child. So I've been really, really into the premium dances, like really into them. And something's beeping in my house. I don't know what that is. So I would say the premium dance, where I don't know the names, I don't know the month. I'm sorry, I don't have that ability to remember that kind of stuff. But it's this one where we go down,
okay,
up.
I know that one. I don't know it to do it, but I know it.
Sorry, guys. That one is probably my fave, and then probably one of the more old school ones is we don't actually really do it very much. And it was from, I think, the DVD that came out with the Matte DVD, where I think she's actually in Gwyneth Paltrow's studio. I don't know.
Okay.
I made this up, so maybe it's not right. But it's one where you see the tree out, and there's like I did this DVD so much, I noticed all the details. Like there's the tree out, and there's like a hose wrapped around the tree. But it's this one where you go, oh, here, I'm just gonna do it for y'all, okay?
Okay.
I don't know, can you see me?
Yep.
Oh, I'm in my sweatpants. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? I can't remember it. I'm sorry.
I don't believe you.
I think I chickened out. I'm not going to do it. But if there's one on that DVD there, you kind of kick back and forth.
Okay.
I'll just F it. I'll do it.
Yeah, we watch you every day. It's no big deal. Okay. Yes, I know that one.
Like,
My
slipper came off, you guys. My slipper came off. All right. I'm so ridiculous. I'm so sorry, sisters. I'm sure you're embarrassed right now.
Not at all.
Okay.
Another question for you. Do you think being an athlete helps you perform during your sweat sesh?
Well, that's a really good question. It's hard. It's kind of like, oh wow, that's such a compliment. I mean, I grew up playing soccer. I guess I do have that sports background, and I will say that it definitely helps. I mean, just recently in Tracy's premium, she kind of did this like real quick breakdown of like some of the important things that you need to know when you start to do the method, and she got down on the mat and she was like, this is an attitude, this is a but what I found was really, really interesting is that she even started and was like, stand shoulder width apart. And I was like, wow, I mean, having grown up playing soccer, like, this is a stance, this is like a very, you play basketball, you play soccer, you're down, you're shoulder width apart. But if you didn't grow up doing that, like even something like that, you would just automatically kind of put your feet together, and you're like ready to go.
Right.
So yeah, like having that foundation laid down at a very young age, absolutely. I think it does really help, because you're just sort of familiar with how to move your body. Yeah.
Exactly. That makes total sense to a lot of the points that Tracy makes.
Yeah.
So we might have sort of talked about this a little bit already, but what kind of results have you seen from following the method for 8 years? Almost 9.
Well, yeah, it's definitely the physical. I mean, I'm a petite person, so it's just sort of maintaining, having been active since I've been young, and then helping me through my 30s and late 30s, and it's like I said, I've become more proportional to my top half because I'm very petite on my top half, and then just becoming proportional, and then the core strength, right? The core strength, like wow. I mean, there's times when you like maybe your children are being like bad or annoying or something, so you get into that like mom stance, like I've got my hands on my hips, and then I'm like, oh, oh, whoa, oh, look at that muscle there, and then I totally get distracted about like why I'm angry. I'm like feeling myself up.
That's wonderful. How do you describe the Tamily to those that are unfamiliar with our community?
So I, first of all, pity the person who asks me that question, because I'm like, sit down, make you feel comfortable. I'm gonna be here for a while. Very simply, I would say there's like maybe 3 different levels, and I think very simply on the very basic level, it's a group of people. We're like at the verb. We are doing the exercise. The Tamily is the verb. We're doing the exercise, and then I like to say then on the second level, it's kind of our way of continuing the oral tradition that is age old. As long as humans have been on this earth, we are constantly sharing stories and transmitting ideas, and that's what we're doing. We're not only giving advice about like how to do a specific move. People are sharing recipes and sharing home remedies, or I recently was having problems with my ankle, and Teresa Tatam was like, hey, try this hydrotherapy. It's more about connecting with each other as a community. It's the tribe. It's all those kinds of words. It's about it's continuing the oral tradition. I mean, we're just connecting to each other as humans. And then I would actually take it a step further. The third way that I like to think about the Tamily and what and why I participate in the Tamily and what does that mean? Uh, I like to think that it's sort of I'm kind of taking up arms and in this fight against cyberbullying, and trying to use social media that is in a way that's not disconnecting. You know, you hear a lot about like technology is very disconnecting and people become disillusioned.
Yeah.
And I like to think that I'm pushing back on that. I'm saying, no, this can be a tool to actually continue to connect to people as humans, and that, you know, you need to be mindful about what you're putting out there and what you're saying to people, because it's still human. We're still human to human. We're using technology, but we're still connecting to people. And having two sons who are going to be growing up using social media in a way that we never did, and I see it as like I'm modeling the way to use it in the right way, because it's going to be a part of their life.
Absolutely.
So I want to say, this is how you do it. You don't just go on somewhere and leave a comment and think that that's not going to leave a ripple effect, because it will. You have to be mindful about what you say to somebody face to face and what you say to somebody on social media.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we're starting like our own little social movement on pushing back against this cyberbullying atmosphere that we're living in right now.
Exactly. That's a perfect way to explain it. I really do think we're one of the most positive communities on earth.
Yeah, it's really profound.
So, who in the Tamily inspires you?
Okay. I've been so excited about this question. Okay. Obviously, everyone. I'm just going to get that out of the way. But since this is my 15 minutes of fame, I have been wanting to, I guess, pay tribute to some certain ladies that I have been following for a very long time, because while I've not been posting for a while, I have been, like, I like to call myself your friendly neighborhood Tamily stalker. And I think really since, I mean, Instagram hasn't been around for even 10 years yet, I don't even think. So I'm going to try to name off some ladies that I have been following, I think since 2014. 2014! And so here I go. Okay, I'm going to try to get them all. Disco Diva, I think Leon, she's got a really cool name. She's just really cool. Oh my gosh, she's just so cool. Erica M. Fortam, Monica Whispers, Aggie, who just started following me. Oh my god. I was like, oh. And my husband was like, what, did Tracy follow you? I was like, no, Aggie started following me. And Gipper Smith, Karen, she's a ballerina.
Yes.
Oh, like ballerina. Oh. Okay. Katie NSR. She's in Toronto.
Okay.
Nadine and Andrea. Yeah. Karen in Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
Lindsay Allright. Nima in South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Pickled Pink.
Yeah.
Lindsay, Lacey, Alita. Oh my gosh, she was just pictured in some of the girls who were in New York.
Yeah,
I was like,
I
remember you. You used to. She doesn't post anymore, but she would post her cardio. You know what? I love a good person. I love the good dance cardio videos.
We're gonna get her.
Yeah, and then RB MSP. I think her name is Roz.
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany Ann. Maria Burmy too. Oh my gosh, another dance. Oh my gosh, she's such a good dancer. She's West Coast Tamily like me. May Bella, also amazing dancer. So these are like, and then the Beyonce of Tamily, Loretta.
Yes.
And then, like, finally, I'm gonna wrap this all up here. Finally, the two people that I consider the matriarchs of the Tamily is Jillian Corey, and I don't know if anybody remembers her, but Aurora Boombade. So the reason why, for me, I consider them, I'm like, oh, consider them the matriarch of the Tamily is because back when it became a thing to start posting videos of yourself doing this workout, I mean, it was so new. I mean, nobody had ever done this before. It was so new and kind of like trailblazing. So all the people that I just named off, I feel like you guys are like, you guys. The reason why you inspire me is because you're trailblazers. I mean, to be so bold and brave to post yourself and for doing it for so long, it's just amazing. So back to Jillian and to Aurora, I think they set this precedence of how we interact with people on the Tamily. And they built up this beautiful friendship. I remember loving going to, back and forth between their feeds to see the posts, to see their comments to each other. And this idea that one was in South Africa, one was in England, that they could have this beautiful friendship connecting over, an exercise. But it was just it was so profound to me. And so, that's why all of those ladies that I named off really inspired me because, I mean, they've been, and I'm sorry if I've missed, I mean, I'm not going to try to pretend like I'm the Tamily historian, but those were the ones that I remember always going to, always seeing, posting, and sharing with us the workout, and they've been doing it for so long. And, they're the ones, I mean, of course, there's so many people now that inspire me, like, there's, like Muna, she's like so sultry and funny and class, she's like, and then she's just so funny and everybody's just so positive, and it's just, you guys are just like, it's like a warm blanket that you can just put around you and feel.
I agree. It is super wonderful. That was an excellent answer, Katie. Do you personally have any workout partners?
Well, I have some dance partners. You.
True.
And Nicole and Kristen.
True.
I also, through the Tamily friend, hashtag Tamily friend, met a girl, a woman in California. Her name is Arlene. Arlene, if you're on, hello. So I mean, we don't like work out, but we definitely check in with each other, and
excellent. And we Skype dancing sometimes.
Oh yeah,
do that more often, especially me because I only dance when it's with you. Have you ever met Tracy Anderson?
Oh, annoyingly, no, I have not. But she read my question. She's read my question, and I made her laugh. So
that's amazing. Can you remind us what the question was?
My question was if she'd be willing to show us like the making of. Well, I said master class. I mean, it could be any class. It's just the one that I do. But if she would be, if she could do sort of this, I was kind of thinking in my mind like a little video, like a mini documentary of like the making of masterclass. But anyway, I have not met her, and of course I have daydreamed about how exactly that would happen, and I'll just share with you my most favorite daydream, and that would be like I would just be at a studio dancing. I would be there to do a dance lesson, and we're all there. Maybe it would be in the Studio City one, and maybe like Bernie, Maria would be, and Maybella would be there, and like all the West Coast, like that would be amazing. And then we're ready to get started with the dance cardio, and then Tracy would walk in, and she'd be like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna teach the dance class." And I'd be like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" And so then we would dance, and then like after we would be, getting our stuff, and then like I would feel a pat on my shoulder, and she'd be like, "Hey, good damn day." That's my favorite. Like, if that could happen,
That's totally possible.
that's all I need. I don't need a vitality week. That would be amazing if that happened.
I think it's gonna happen. I think I know the answer to this, but have you ever been to a Vitality Week or a studio?
No, I've not been to either. And it's also just really annoying too because for a time I lived out in the Palm Springs area. I mean, this was early. I mean, I don't even know if they actually had the studio open yet. Maybe they did. I don't know. I was still just doing the DVDs, so I missed out.
Well, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
What is your advice to someone that is new to the Tamily?
I think a dedicated workout space is really, really important. If you can have it, leave your mat there, leave your shoes there. I mean, if I know there's a lot of more of the OCD Tamily, that everything has to be. Me, I'm just like, just fling it in there. If it's there, the weights are there. Just get it all, leave it there. If you even have a laptop that you don't have to use for work, or you don't have to cart to work, leave your laptop there, or whatever you use. I use a laptop. And then my other thing would be to 2 mirrors. Use 2 mirrors. I have one mirror in front so I can see this, the front, and then I have just a small mirror off to the side, and I've done that forever. And that just really helps when you're like on all fours.
Yeah.
If you can, if you're sagging.
Right.
Get up.
Yeah. So, help you be aware, definitely.
Those are
excellent tips. Have you faced any challenges in doing the method?
Having babies.
Oh.
No. Well, but to explain that, I mean, I had 2 C-sections, so it really takes you out of the game for a while, and then the core strength is gone, totally gone. So it's challenging to come back from that. I'm not going to lie, it's challenging coming back from basically major surgery. And then I've moved like 6 times in the last. Yeah. So it's always that. You're always trying to picture where your next workout space is going to be. And we're not currently in our forever home yet, so one of the requirements, because my husband's also a garage gym warrior workout too, so I don't know if we're ever going to find our forever home, because we're like, we must need. Yeah. I need 64 square feet because my dance floor is 8 by 8, so.
It's very critical.
Yeah.
What is something that you personally learned from Tracy?
One of the things that I've noticed over the last couple of years recently, she's really started to be more vocal about, I'm not here to give you a beach body. I'm not here to get you beach body ready. And then she's also, I feel like I've consumed this from her, but I feel like she has also said, you're not going to get results right away, which I'm like, thank you for saying that, because you're not. It's going to take time. Even if I've been dedicated for a long time, and it takes time. It takes time. You have to learn the language of the method, and it's not just as easy as like going out for a run. I mean, there's a lot of technicality to it. It's going to take time.
Absolutely, you have to be dedicated. But I appreciate that she's like the only person in fitness that tells the truth.
Yeah, like no, you're not going to get results in 30 days. Next question,
Yep. Yeah. So next, I'm going to ask you 3 questions at once. These questions are, what's your favorite thing about the method? Do you do dance cardio? And what is a motivational quote you would like to share with the Tamily?
I was very excited also about these 3 questions, because I'm not really a motivational quote. Oh, I do have a couple favorite motivational quotes.
Okay.
Drop and give me Jen.
Okay.
Your shirt? Anything on your shirt.
Oh, do you like this one?
Oh, yes, this one. Be a badass with a good ass. So, I don't have a motivational quote, but I do have a motivational clip from a movie. If you guys would indulge me in watching with me.
Absolutely.
So
you are so
excited. This is my favorite movie of all time.
Okay.
And if I can turn it on. It's a little movie called Billy Elliot. Not surprising, it's a dancing movie. I hope everybody has seen this movie. If you haven't, the quick premise is that he's a boy from a working class family, a miner's family, and he gets his interest is picked by dancing, and so then he gets involved with a local ballet teacher, and he starts to learn how to dance, and then he's going to go to do the big ballet school of dance tryout in London. So he has danced, and he's got this erratic style of dancing, because he's not a dancer, but he's dancing from his heart, and so he does this interesting performance for the judges, who are the panel that's going to whether or not they're going to accept him into the school. And so this is I truly think about this all the time. So please enjoy.
Okay.
Just one last question. Can I ask you, Billy, what does it feel like when you're dancing? So good. It's not stiff enough. But once I get going, then I forget everything. So disappear.
Music.
So disappear. I can feel a change in my whole body. Like fire in my body. Just there. Lying. Like a bird. Like electricity. Yeah.
Like electricity, like a bird.
Awesome.
That's my favorite thing about the method. That's my favorite thing about dance cardio. About being able to do a form of exercise that makes you feel like that. That captures it for me. I mean, even when you're just down on the mat, everything kind of disappears,
right?
And you feel that energy, the endorphins, I guess, and it just fills you. Everything for that moment in time, for that hour and a half, it's just like electricity in me body.
Right. It's the most present that you can be.
Yeah. So thank you for watching.
Absolutely. Please. Now I have to watch that movie. I hope it's on.
Oh my God. If you don't like that movie, unfollow me. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
So I'm gonna ask this a little bit out of order. Have you converted anyone to being a devoted Tammer?
Well, my older sister, so I have three sisters, and I'm triplet. Everybody knows.
I was gonna ask, are you a triplet? That was one of my questions.
I'm a triplet, and I also have an older sister who is always such a big naysayer. And I know she's on here right now. I'm calling you out, finally. I'm calling you out. She's like, oh, I don't know about this, Tracy. Like, I don't know. But yeah, now she's in it, and she'll call me on her way home from work and wants to talk about Tracy.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
When we did the newbie thing, was that when she started doing it?
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yes.
you were posting with your sisters then.
Yeah. And my other two sisters have been doing it, you know, off and on. Off and on. Sisters. But you're on now, right, sisters?
This should be inspiring.
Yeah, so my sisters.
Will you share your greatest takeaway from a previous Ask Tamily interview?
Oh, yes, I love the Ask Tamily interviews. I love them. And well, just recently, in the most recent one with Kimmy, I thought her response was just so beautiful about always being thankful, you know, thankful that you get to do this workout, thankful for everything around you. I mean, it really is true. And I think actually, Erica Boone just posted this. I'm not like I said, I'm not a motivational quote person, but I was like, yes. And I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember exactly, but it said something like, you instead of thinking like you have to go do a workout, I get to go do a workout and I get to eat good food. It's just being thankful for what you have. And then another good takeaway, which is the one that you weren't able to get to post onto the YouTube channel, which was with Miriam. And she had said about, and I thought, yes, exactly. I never thought about this, about when you're interacting with the weekly content, and then, you know, sometimes you're just like, I am not feeling this. I am not feeling this content. No, I don't want to do this. And it's like, well, is it really the content, or is there something going on right now that is causing you to have these feels?
Right.
I was like, oh my gosh, yes, of course, because you can do the workout. I mean, she designs it in a way like, no, you're strong enough to do this, but just get out of your head and do it.
Yes.
That was,
takeaway. I felt the same way about that one. I'm glad you brought it up. That one is not shared on the internet in perpetuity. Sadly. We know the answer to this, but I still want to ask you because I want to hear what you have to say about it. Do you do MC, IMC, BC, or a combination?
Oh, yeah. I do masterclass Attain. There, I said it. Attain. I do masterclass. Here's why. When we started streaming, there was just the one class. We had one class. So Tracy whipped me into shape, as in like mental shape. Like, there's your one class. I mean, it's great that there's all those other options now, and I think that's really, really fantastic. But for me, for where I'm at, it was like, this is your class, go do it. And there were times where I was like, I straight up, like, especially as I was coming back from after having a baby, there was times where I would just be sitting there looking at the mat, being like, or looking at the screen like, I can do like 2 reps, and I'm just gonna sit here and not do the rest because. But then the next day I do 3, and the next day I do 5, and the next day I do 7 and 10, and and that's just how it was. And so that's why I do it. Also, I just don't have the mental bandwidth to hop around on different classes. Performing the moves is very, very important to me. Doing the right form, feeling the energy in the move, connecting to each move, like basically becoming intimate with each move is very, very important to me. And I guess I'm very monogamous. I just can't.
Don't cheat on your workout, Katie.
No, I can't cheat on it.
That's a good concept, because I do cheat on advanced, and I know I can do advanced, and I should do it. And I should be thankful I can do it. But especially with all those options, it can be hard. So it's good to see that you're a great consistency example with sticking with the class you can do.
Yeah.
Our next question for you, and I do want to double check if there was any in the chat that we didn't ask. I know there was a whole bunch that we did ask. Erin wanted to know where my shirt is from. Most of my shirts are from eBay. Okay, I think we asked all the questions in the chat. If anyone else has a question, please type it in. But we would also like to know, Katie, who would you like us to have on a future Ask Tamily interview?
Oh my gosh, everybody. Muna, Natalia.
Okay.
Iva, in the Czech Republic. I wanna know about Iva.
Okay.
Hebby. I don't know how you say your name. Hebby, tell me, how do you say your name? Is it Hebby?
I'm not sure.
Hebby.
We'll find out.
Yeah. Natalia. Happiness to Jan.
Yeah.
I also, Monica Whispers.
Okay.
I want to know about you.
Okay. We'll ask her. I think we have Natalia on the schedule, possibly.
Oh, yes. Oh. Gipper Smith. I'd like
Okay.
I want to. All of them. Everybody.
Okay.
I'll just keep naming people. Do you want me to just keep naming people? No.
Okay. We'll reach out to them. I think we do have February's schedule. And obviously Nicole does a lot of, or we'll say all, the background work on Ask Tamily, so she'll post it soon. But we'll definitely reach out to them as well. We do have another question in the chat from Aggie, the greatest question asked.
Oh no, an Aggie question. I don't know if I'm ready. Hold on.
She wants to know what truly makes you happy.
Aggie. Whew. What truly makes me happy? I mean, obviously my kids, my son. I mean, truly what makes me happy is just being able to sit down with them after dinner, after having a nice dinner, playing a game, laughing with my little family all around me, being surrounded by my little family. Truly makes me happy. Warms the cockles of my heart.
That's very sweet of you. I think that's all of our questions, and we will get cut off by Instagram in about 8 minutes. But while you have this audience, is there anything else you would like to say to the Tamily? And of course, while you're thinking, anyone else that has a question, go ahead and type it in now.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really, I just think that I'm doing this because it's more than a workout for me. It's really, like I said, I feel like I'm connecting to people on a human-to-human level, and it's really nice to be a part of something that you're passionate about, but then also, you get hot tips on sales or a good recipe, or in everything in a positive light. Growing up on a soccer team and surrounded by girls, unfortunately, you just have that vibe, that's sort of like that kind of vibe, and it's so nice to be part of a community that is so positive. I mean, it truly was so profound to read the comments back and forth between, like I was mentioning, the early posters, and it's just like, this is amazing. It's just profound.
Thank you for that. We have 2 more questions for you. Emily would like to know, what would be your superpower of choice?
I know. Going like this. And then dinner's on the table.
That's a really good one.
Healthy dinner,
Right.
One my kids will eat.
Now we have another 2 questions. Okay. What goals do you plan on hitting this year?
Yeah, I'm still working on being more of a mindful eater. I've mentioned before, I'm not a terribly, I mean, I have a good diet, but I do tend to emotionally eat, or like right before this, I was like, where's the popcorn? Like, where's all the salty snacks? Like, hum, 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 hum. So I'm trying to be just more mindful and in the moment about my eating, and being like, instead of like eating the salty chips because of like whatever emotionally I'm feeling at that moment, being like, hello, salty chip, I'm gonna eat you because I want you, and enjoy it, you know? Not be like, oh god, did I just eat half a bag of chips?
Or a
Yeah,
whole
so
bag.
that's definitely I'm still working on that mindful eating.
I think we all are.
Mm-hmm.
This may be our last question, depending on who else types stuff in. But Nicole would like to know, what is your TAM theme song?
Oh no, I'm so music illiterate. I don't know if I have a theme song. I mean, just really anything that gets you dancing.
Okay. Okay, I think that's all of our questions. Someone in the chat was surprised that you said you're in your late 30s. So something to know. Any final words for you?
No, I think I'm all chatted out.
Well, we really had a lot of fun listening to you. We appreciate your additional technology of showing us that movie and showing us your moves.
Yeah. Oh yes, my moves. Oh my gosh.
Better.
I know. If my husband watches this later, he's just gonna be like, Katie.
Well, in a few days, it's gonna be on the internet for the rest of our lives.
Oh.
So thank you everyone for watching, and if you did miss the beginning, you can watch it on my story until tomorrow, and then we'll get it on YouTube in a few days.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Katie.